Oh, welcome welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic what did we do this weekend? What other stuff at Toyotas is. Then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tyler, and joining me for another episode of the SnailTrail4x4 podcast is Jimmy Chat.
What up?
How you doing, man?
Good. I thought you were going to say termites or Hildenbrand or Hinterhouse. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, you had a few things going on, but I don't think we had much truck stuff.
We didn't have much truck stuff. I have a couple updates on the mule.
Okay, good.
And then the weekend up at the cabin. So, which isn't exactly a whole lot, but
I'm a little sad that there's not a gift box or bag here for me.
We didn't go back by.
Oh, bummer.
Sorry.
I still have like a sliver left in my bottle that you gave me whatever a year or so ago, and I need
to just remember every time I go to Hinterhouse just to get you something.
I need to go there. That's what actually needs to happen.
Yes,
I need to actually go there.
Yeah,
which would be fun because I heard that place is fantastic. It's great. You hear they make great drinks and have some fantastic booze, and I just need to experience it.
You do. It's a tight little. They need a bigger spot.
Yeah,
because they get busy and it's standing room only a lot of times, or you're outside.
Okay,
but you can't have your drinks outside.
Right.
So, it's a tiny spot. They need a bigger place.
Okay.
So
yeah. Well, we'll have to go one day. Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll just we'll pull a Jason and Chris and we'll go record with them.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Go up there and then we can go have lunch at the lube room afterwards.
Yeah, I like it.
Have you been to the lube room yet?
I have not spent. The only place I've been up in that general area is Snowshoe Brewery.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Snowshoe has gone downhill quite a bit.
Their Grizzly Brown is still fantastic.
Their beer is still pretty good. Mm-hmm. I will give them that. The food has gone way downhill though. Okay. Yeah. Oh well.
Yep.
That's mountain life.
Yeah,
if you can't keep things going, stuff goes downhill. Man, we'll get into that a little bit more and what we were doing up there. Let's see, Thursday.
Yes, it
Thursday
is.
episode. So that means we have still going on for, let me see, what is today then? Today's the 26th. So we're still in March.
Yes.
March.
Barely.
We're in March still, which means we have this really awesome little Light Ranger 500 that we've talked a lot about. And I think after we send this one out, I'm going to get in touch with the Devos guys and be like, I need to order up some of these for myself because they're a sweet little light. I really do think that, I keep in every one of my vehicles, I keep at least 2 headlamps.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
And I might add 1 or 2 of these to each crawler.
Okay.
Just because they're a sweet little light to just magnet onto. So we don't have a magnetic thing metal here to put it onto.
Your frame of your chair. How about that?
It's way under there. Then it's off camera, but magnets right onto any metal surface that's ferrous. So Aluma-Duties need not apply. But it's a feature packed little light.
Super packed little light for sure. Yeah.
So once we get rid of this one out of the studio, I'll be contacting you, Rich and Spencer, over at Devos and Colin, to get some of these for myself and maybe
us.
We might do a group buy just Jimmy and I. So
yeah. Maybe we'll talk to him about just doing a group buy if other people are interested in it.
That's not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. It's a great product. These were one of the first 100 units that they made just to make sure the production samples were all good. So, putting it to use, getting to talk about it with everybody out there, all the listeners. So I don't know when their full production is coming in. But I believe when we talked with Rich, he said it was a few months out, a couple months.
When I was talking to, I think it was Spencer.
Okay.
They said that should be live on the website by the end of this month.
Oh, cool.
So if that's the case, I'm assuming everything came in already.
Yeah.
They're probably doing QC and stuff right now.
Going through them all, yeah.
For them. So yeah, at the end of this month, that they will be live on the website and probably able to purchase. And I'm thinking like the 29th, right?
Yeah.
Like almost 9th hour.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah. So back at the very end of the month, we'll talk about it more. And
it'd be really, really cool if this was an April Fool's joke.
They would send out legitimate things that they made as an April Fool's joke.
I don't know. You don't know the lengths companies go to nowadays for April Fool's jokes. Yeah, super cool light. And we have one as well as a stand for somebody lucky winner this month. So all you got to do is go to irate4x4 and get signed up for the monthly giveaway. And then coming up in just a few short days, we'll be opening up the gift box tier.
Yes.
For April. So we'll be opening that up, which means that's the time to move around tiers. If you want to drop subscriptions, hopefully you don't want to, or you'll make Jimmy really sad and cry.
It happens.
It does. And then I'll just drink a lot. If you guys do,
that happens too.
It happens a lot. Jimmy can't because then he gets gout. So, but if you
true things,
if you guys want to move around tiers, the month of April is a great time to do that at because everything's open and it makes it easy to move around. Just remember that when you move tiers around, you need to cancel your old subscription through your PayPal account. So there's a section in your PayPal account called subscriptions where you can manage all your subscriptions. So you'll want to cancel the old one when you add in the new one through irate4x4. So we'll let you guys know when that is officially open. It should open April 1st and close down April 30th. So make sure if you guys want to move anything around, if you want to get into the gift box tier for October, that you sign up then and there. And if you want to get out of the gift box tier, April's a good time to do that. Because if you get out like in June or July, you don't get a refund on the extra months you paid for. Sorry. It's just too much work to dig into and figure all that out. So, have a little bit of personal responsibility, get in for the gift box tier, get out if you don't want the gift box anymore, move around tiers, whatever you want to do. So, that's in April.
Definitely. Speaking of gift boxes, I have sent out emails, multiple now, to people that have not responded to the first email. Where we need to know some specific information that's going into this gift box, and we want to confirm your shipping address. So if you have not received that yet, it might be too late. I might have already put the order in for your certain size, and I'm just going to be guessing whatever size you might be just by your name.
Extra schmediums.
Most people are probably going to end up with schmediums. Something along those lines. So if you are listening to this and you have not received an email or you haven't found your email from me about gift boxes, you need to go and check it because it might be too late. I'm going to do my best to reach out to you somehow. There's some of you that just never respond to your email, so I think it's like an old Hotmail or Yahoo account that you just never check anymore.
What's Hotmail?
Yeah, exactly. I still use my Hotmail.
You're old.
I am. Yeah. So I think either we need a better email for you because we're not sending you guys spam and not sending you guys junk. So most of the time when Tyler and I send an email out, it's in regards to something that's going on with your account.
Yeah.
So anyways, long-winded story there to say, check your emails, check whatever email is in regards to your PayPal, because that's the email that I have for you. And respond if you have yet to already. I need to know your address and your t-shirt size.
There you go.
And then, and I haven't put the order in for the shirts yet because I don't have everybody's sizes. So we're probably looking at like 2 weeks
minimum
for once we get this going. And we're already here at the end of the month. So we're probably not going to get gift boxes out till the second or third week in April.
Yeah.
So just have that understanding that they're going to be late this time because we didn't decide on something fast enough. And we're been a little over a week just waiting for people to respond to their emails.
So what's the drop dead date that people need to be aware of before we submit the t-shirt order?
I would say this Friday. And I'm going to do my best.
So the day after this episode airs.
Okay. I will be submitting the order. And I'm going to do my best in the next few days because we're recording here on Tuesday. So in the next Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to try to get if there's a phone number on your account, I'm going to probably be calling you If there's not, I'm gonna just guess your size. Mediums.
Cool.
Yep.
I like it. Also, did you get any replies, interest, feedback on doing a SnailTrail4x4 Discord?
One person messaged me.
Okay.
And their thing was, if you guys do it, I use it a lot. I'll be there.
Okay. I haven't gotten any feedback at all.
No.
So, I kind of feel like that's the sentiment that I would imagine is if we move everything over, people will follow.
Right.
So I guess it would just come down to what would be easiest for us. So
yeah. Thing, I guess the question kind of comes down to is are you on Discord more often than you're on Facebook?
I am.
Or Irate?
I am.
So it's a matter of like, you know, where do you spend most of your time besides Instagram? Because Instagram doesn't really make it a easy spot, or TikTok, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. They only have direct chats. They don't have like group chats, or they do, but it'd just be a bunch of group chats. It's not a chat. It's not a forum area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quick, easy talking, send photos situation. Yeah. So where do you go and do that? What's best for you?
Yeah.
I mean, we could always start one and then see if it takes off and see if it gets busy. And if you guys want to join, then you can. Or maybe because you're never on Facebook. Maybe I should just be more active on Facebook, or we could be more active on Irate. So it's just a matter of where are you guys up more often? Maybe I'll put a post up and just have like a poll.
Do a poll. Yeah.
Like, where do you spend most of your time between Irate 4x4, Facebook, and Discord?
Yeah.
And see what people say.
I spend a lot of my time where I would love to interact with people would be down at Rubicon Springs.
Yes.
So that's where we're moving everything to. Is the bar at Rubicon Springs.
It's a live event. So that's the update on the gift boxes as well. So please get me your information if you haven't done so already. We also have a giveaway going on right now with Onyx Off-Road. If you want to leave us a review on Apple Podcast, you will be automatically entered for the giveaway with Onyx Off-Road once we reach 800 reviews.
Mm-hmm. And we're coming up on it. I would imagine we're within 15 to 20 spots left for that giveaway. So
yeah, it goes quick. Once we get near the end here, people figure out, I should probably put my name in there.
Yeah.
Because once you put your name in there, you're eligible for everything we do in the future as well. Like once we get to 850 reviews, we're doing another Onyx Elite membership giveaway. Mm-hmm. And then when we get to 900 reviews, we're giving away upwards of $1,000 of Morphlake gear.
Yep. Which is pretty cool. The stuff is coming along. So
nice.
I'm excited. To get the first one out, which will be, it's kind of a quicker, easier project. The big one, we're still on track for Black Friday, Christmas time.
Okay.
And that one's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm excited for all of those. I'm surprised you haven't released the one that you've been hinting at most recently already. Is there
that one
still work in progress to get done?
Yes and no. We sent out some tester units to an off-road park.
Okay.
Maris Adventure Park in Texas.
Yeah.
To use for their inflation stations.
Yeah.
They have an inflation and deflation stations there at the park. And we sent those out as tester units and they destroyed them.
Oh.
So I've got to figure out I think the way that they got destroyed was users not understanding that the items were hard mounted to a fence and they tried to pull them off and broke them kind of thing. So I need to decide if I need to redo the internal design so that it's stronger, or is somebody who installs it themselves as a consumer, as somebody who buys it and installs it themselves, if they would understand how it's connected, right, to the surface.
Probably.
Therefore, they're not just going to try and rip it off of the surface.
Right.
So I that's something I need to figure out on my end as to whether, because right now, Maris is not using it with its intended use.
Okay. Yeah.
They're using it a little bit differently, but I was like, they could probably work for this too. And so I think in that different usage is why it's getting destroyed, and for its intended use, how we're going to be using it, do we really need to redesign the internals on it? I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
I don't know. I don't know what happened. So I'm not,
remind me, I'll show you pictures. It's, I don't know, kind of impressive, but also like, I'm like, I guess that kind of makes sense. I've never paid attention to the 3D printing of it to know at that point how the internal of it is. So
sure. All right. I'll make a note.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Also, just really exciting for me personally. I have, I've talked a little bit about this in the past, kind of update on Morphlate, is that a couple years ago, we submitted a bunch of patents on stuff. One major one on the AirHub was approved.
Cool.
So the patent on the AirHub is officially approved.
Nice. Congrats.
And I'm sending letters out. So if you listen to this podcast and you have a competitor product that copied the AirHub, you're getting a letter. And B, we have another really big patent that is very close to approval.
Cool. That's awesome.
And other people might be getting letters from that one. So all right. Just FYI, everybody out there, we are claiming our space officially, and we're very close to doing it in the off-road industry, and telling everybody that if you really want to copy our stuff, you better be ready, because I'm kind of getting sick and tired of people copying our stuff all the time.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Make your own things. That's all I ask for. Like, put your own spin on it. Stop blatantly copying everything we do. Anyways.
Yeah. Tell me how you truly feel.
I've been holding that in for a very long time, and I've talked with you about it a lot, but I try and keep all that stuff off of the podcast because I can't talk about stuff that we have coming out because we have people that listen to the podcast that try and copy our stuff. So, we're coming for you, just FYI.
Which is a good, bad place to be.
It is, right? It's right. I have to keep telling myself that, what is it? The mimicry is the sincerest form of flattery.
Oh, 100%.
And that's what I just have to keep saying. I'm like, and a rising tide raises all ships. So the more people we have bringing,
air inflation into the market,
awareness to how awesome multi-tire inflation and deflation stuff is, the better off the whole multi-tire inflation deflation market's going to be. I just wish that people put their own spins on things. That's all I ask.
Sure.
Like, don't just blatantly copy every little move, every little change that we do. Just put your own little spin on it. That's all I'm asking. Anyways.
I like it.
Yeah. So that was fun.
I agree.
That was some really good news last week when I've, amongst all the bad news I've been dealing with over the past couple of weeks.
Understood. So anyways, to close this out, if you want a chance to win of $1,000 worth of, I almost said gear wrench, Morphlate gear. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
Morphlate gear, $1,000. Go over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It goes a really far ways to actually help promote the podcast, raise our awareness across the board of a whole bunch of places that put our podcast in front of other people's eyeballs.
Yep.
And we reward you guys a little bit for that. Just by leaving us a simple review, you have a chance to win something.
Yep.
And like I said earlier, once you leave a review, you're automatically entered. So all those people that left a review in like 0 to 500 when we were giving away a winch, you guys are still eligible. So, and to some extent, I hope you guys do win because you've been hanging out with us for a long time.
Yep. And we have anywhere between 5,000 and 9,000 regular listeners, depending on time of year.
Yeah.
During summertime, our listenership goes way up, spikes because people are just out driving around more, I think. During wintertime, it slows down a lot. People are spending time with family during holidays, etc. So we know that there's at least 5,000 to 9,000 people that listen to the show pretty regularly. And we're only at 780 reviews. So there's a lot of room there for growth. And the more reviews that we get, the more cool shit we get to do through the podcast with some really awesome vendors for you guys. So if you're listening and you have not left a review yet, go leave a review. We reward you for it, and we get to do some pretty cool stuff with vendors for you too. So
absolutely. Yeah. And if you don't have an Apple account, it doesn't matter. You can make an Apple account with any email.
Yep.
You don't have to have an iPhone. You don't have to have any Apple devices. I don't. I have an Apple account. So, and I think it's on my Hotmail account. So, yeah, go just use an old email, get in there, leave us a review. Bam, you're done. You just need to remember what your name is in case you win, because that's what we're pretty much calling out.
And I heard Mud Raider made emails on Gmail for Mud Raider 1 through 1,000. And so he's planning on Mud Raidering the reviews now.
Probably.
So
I like it, Frank. Do it.
That was funny when that happened.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, before we get into kind of main topic, take our break, etc., can we just talk about Afro Man really quick?
Sure.
Do you not know what I'm about to talk about?
I don't know what you're about to talk about, but I know who Afro Man is.
Okay. I imagine anybody listening probably knows who Afro Man is.
Okay.
He sang the songs Because I Got High.
Yeah.
And he, God, was he, did he come in and help with, Wasn't Me by Shaggy? Was it Shaggy and Afro Man that did Wasn't Me?
I was thinking that, but I don't think I would. That was in my mind. Like I was like, was he in that? And I don't think he was.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's definitely the same genre.
Yeah,
right?
same genre of music.
Same fun play, kind of rap-ish.
Yep. So that's a big key thing to keep in mind here is that it's the genre that Afro Man, the music he makes for, is very play, rap, hip hop music kind of thing, right? Almost soul style, soul rap, I guess. I don't know how you'd say
go with that. Sure. Two white boys trying to talk about,
I know, right?
rap music.
So this dude is my new favorite person. If you guys have not been following the Afro Man trial, everybody should go look up videos of the Afro Man trial. That's the funniest thing I think I've ever come across. And I paid a close attention to the Depp versus Heard trial. Johnny Depp versus whatever her name was, Heard.
Yeah.
The defamation trial, right? So with Depp and Heard. And that one was hilarious just because she was cuckoo and did some crazy asinine things. And all of the people that came in to give testimony, it was just amazing the stuff that came out. And because it's a public trial, we get to hear it all. And it's just like, oh my God, what are these people talking about? Afro Man was no different. So what happened was Afro Man's house got raided by a sheriff's office, a county sheriff's office. And they raided it and they said they were looking for particular things and never found those things.
Sure.
But they broke down his door.
Okay.
They stole his money. They stole money and cash out from his house.
Right.
They tried to turn off his security system cameras.
Interesting.
While they were there.
Yeah.
And they tried to do a bunch of other stuff. And all under, he claims that there was false pretenses and that they didn't find what they were looking for in the first place. Right. So therefore they owe him damages for the stuff. They denied all the damages.
Did they have a warrant?
I don't think so. Okay. I have to imagine they had to have had a warrant. Otherwise that's a big offense.
Yes. That's
a major problem. But anyway, he asked for damages to be made whole for the cash that was stolen, the damage to his property, et cetera, right? And they refused all that.
Of course.
And so he made, over 3 years, made a bunch of music videos and an album, a full album, based on this raid of calling out the individual officers in this raid.
Wow.
And so like... I wish we had the TV. I would totally play some of the videos, the music videos, the songs, like sections of the song for everybody out there who hasn't heard this yet, especially you.
Yeah.
Like they're hilarious.
Okay.
And like normally when we're podcasting, because we make an income from the podcast, we have to be very careful about music we play on the podcast, right?
Yes.
There's different royalties, rights, and etc. I'm 1000% sure that Afro Man would be totally cool with us playing the music and the songs. Anyways, One of the songs is called Randy Walters is a Son of a Bitch.
Oh, geez.
And he's one of the officers. Yeah. And it goes on to say that he essentially fucked his wife and got really rich.
Oh, really?
Afro Man did.
Yeah.
So that was one of the songs. He made another song called Lemon Pound Cake because there was an officer who's a pretty hefty dude that was going through and while they were searching and raiding Afro Man's house, he stopped at the lemon pound cake in the kitchen
and took some.
And I don't know. It was never clear if he actually took some, but like he stopped and eyeballed it quite a bit.
Oh, that's funny.
And so anyways, and there was a couple of other officers. He made a full album about these guys, about all the officers that raided his house.
Wow.
And he used, for all of his music videos, he used his own CCTV camera footage.
Oh.
So he's not making up footage. He's not doctoring footage and evidence to make these outlandish videos.
Sure.
And lyrics to everything. And the officers, I think there was 5 of them, ended up suing Afro Man for a libel defamation case.
Yes.
And so the great thing about libel defamation cases is that you have to prove that what the person is saying about you is A, not true, and B, that it damaged you in some way.
Yes, sure.
And so they had Officer Walters, Randy Walters, up on the stand, and they were like, "Are you a son of a bitch?" And he goes, I don't think so. And they're like, "How can we prove that you're a son of a bitch, that you're not a son of a bitch?" And he goes, "I don't know. My mom's dead." And they're like, "Okay, so is that not provable then?" He goes, "I guess not." And they're like, "Okay, so we're throwing that one out the window."
That one's done.
That one's done. And then they're like, "Okay, so what else did he say about you?" And he goes, "Well, Mr. Foreman is Afro Man's last name. Mr. Foreman was saying that he had sex with my wife." And they're like, "Okay, does that harm you in some way?" He goes, "Well, it's definitely hurts my feelings," kind of thing. And they're like, "No, okay, but did it harm you? Like, did it damage you in some way monetarily? Like you're asking for funds to make up for the damages for him saying you had sex with your wife. Like, did it damage you?" And he kind of couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Okay, well then let's go on to the next step. Did he actually have sex with your wife?" And he goes, "I don't know." "It's possible. I guess he could have." And they're like, "Okay, well then we're throwing that one out the window because you can't say that he didn't have sex." It's an absolutely crazy trial that these officers, it's very clear that either they had really bad lawyers and law team that did not coach them on what to be saying.
Sure.
And how to be answering questions in a defamation suit. And the whole thing was made even better because Afro Man was wearing this obnoxiously American flag suit. This massive, just red, white, and blue American flag suit.
Love it.
And the whole time he's just cracking jokes left and right during the entire time. And like,
awesome. And
like the whole thing was like, do you guys actually think, and the officers too, do you guys actually like find this guy serious? Like his whole job is entertainment. That's what his career has been about, is entertainment. He's here sitting in this courtroom in a massively hilarious kind of like show of entertainment suit. Does anybody find him serious? Like if he says that, can you agree that you get called son of a bitch while you're working on a daily basis as an officer? You've been called worse things.
Right.
And the guy's like, "Yeah, I have." He goes, "Okay, why haven't you ever sued any of those people then for defamation?" He goes, "Because nobody also went after my family for it." Stuff like, anyways, it's hilarious. And Afro Man got a full vote of not innocent or not guilty from the jury.
Awesome.
Because of it all. And it's a hilarious trial that everybody needs to go and look at the highlights from.
That's okay.
So
yeah, I'll see if I'll have you send me something or some clips or whatever, and we'll put a link down to the show notes if you want to check one or some of these things out.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. We can definitely do that.
It's a lot of great entertainment. So, especially if you enjoy lawsuits or litigations about our First Amendment freedoms of free speech and it's amazing to me that Afroman did this over 3 years, right? He did all these music videos, this album over 3 years to do, and he did it all taking very careful steps to be legal about it all.
Yeah.
And then some people were not happy about it and tried to sue him, and he's like, I got nothing to hide. I did this all legally.
Yeah. Actual footage and everything.
It's just great the steps that he went through to make this. And it's all coming to light right now because of the trial, which just makes the officers look even worse.
Yeah. Well, it's a that I don't know what happened entirely in regards to his house and what happened there, but it sounds like he's trying to get back at them, and he ended up winning that situation.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. Anyways, that was the I had to bring that up.
Tyler's weekly highlight.
That was my weekly entertainment highlight because I enjoy law stuff like that when law meets entertainment.
Yeah. All right.
So
good. I guess were you going to start a new segment? Yeah, my weekly highlight was the assistant was off doing one of her activities in the afternoon or evenings whether it's dance or going to her mom's group.
Mm-hmm.
And the mini assistant and I couldn't figure out what to watch. And I said, well, you need to figure out what we're going to watch. And while I'm waiting here to figure out what you want to watch, I'm going to watch Alone because I want to see how this series ends, or the season ends. So my highlight is she actually is now getting into Alone.
Nice.
And we're on the season finale last episode, and she's like, you can't watch this without me. I want to see who wins.
That's funny.
So that's kind of cool that I don't think she's so much into the understanding of like what they're doing day to day to survive, but she's more interested in like the storyline and the fun of it.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, are you going to start challenging her and kicking her out of the house for one night at a time? Be like, all right, you're on Alone now.
No, she definitely does not have those skills.
That's funny.
But she turned to me and she's like, Daddy, you should go on this show. You do really good. And I was like, I would be able to live for probably like 30 days.
You think 30?
I think I could get to 30. So where I fall short is I don't have the hunting side.
That's my issue is I think I could fish.
Yeah.
I hate fish, but I would eat it to survive. I think I could forage. I would have to do research. I don't know plants very well. You know plants way better than I do.
Yeah, but I still don't know very much for foraging. Like they're picking mushrooms off the ground and I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I wouldn't touch that. So yeah, I think in my opinion, just where I sit right now with no extra training, I think I could get 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get beyond that without extra training on hunting, fishing, and different types and styles and stuff like that.
Like I've actually never gutted a fish.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've always been there and had people do it for me or whatever it is. Like I've fished before, but I've never actually physically gutted the fish.
Okay.
And I don't I have the knowledge of how to do it, but I've never done it. Yeah. Right. And so I think there's some things that I could, if I got taught, like gutting a fish.
Yep.
Right. I think I could, I would get the skills to help me last a little longer. But these guys are like, oh, this one's the kidney and you can eat that one fresh out of the fish. And here's the roe. Oh, look at all this roe, and they're like, you're just slurping that stuff down. And I'm like, I 100% have no problem eating any of that. I just don't know what I'm allowed to eat or not. Yeah. Like, can you eat? I don't think you can eat the stomach. Like, there's just a lot of things that I'm like, I would just go for the meat because that's the only thing I know that's safe.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another level to the knowledge that I just don't have.
Yeah.
But I think I could forage a gill net, and I think I could, or make a gill net. And I think I could, make a few things to fish and make a few snares and, I think I could last for a little while, and I would love to build a fort just in the middle of nowhere for fun right? Anyway. So, I think that would be fun, but I think I could go for a third. I'm pretty sure I can make it 30 days.
Okay.
I do think that when I would have a hard time with the family and friends and being away from people.
You're a social character for sure.
I'm not introverted at all.
Like me, I'd be like, yeah, give me my alone time out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
But I think you would struggle with that a lot.
I would. Yeah. And I think I would, I think I could have the understanding and tell like my family, we're diving way deeper into this than I expected my highlight to go. I think I could tell my family that's like, I'm like, as long as we all have the understanding that I'm going to be out here and this is what's happening, I think I could get over a lot of those, but I think it would come and bite me in the end. Cause there's a few people that are like, I'm doing this for my family and I'm realized that I'm away from my family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I totally get that.
Yeah, it's for sure. And that's like the people that come to the conclusion. They're like, my family is worth more to me than $1 million. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool things about the show is people start to really put things in life into perspective of what is the true value of life and relationships, right?
Yeah, or what they're out there for. Because they're like, I'm out here to win the money because then X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Yep. And then, they turn around like a month or few weeks, sometimes a few days into the show and be like, you know what? X, Y, and Z is really important to me. And I think we can still achieve that. And I just need to go home.
Yep.
So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. There's the old story about the billionaire guy that gets kind of needs a break from life, and he goes to a retired or an old like Mexican little village out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a guy that paddles out in his boat and goes and catches 3 fish, and he comes back to the dock, and the billionaire guy can't sleep because he has anxiety out of the roof, and so he wakes up in the morning very early, and he's walking around, and he meets this local fisherman guy that's just coming back from catching his fish, and the guy's like, what, you caught 3 fish? Why only 3 fish? If you caught a few more fish, you could sell them. And he's like, well, I only need 3 fish. I give one for my family, I give one to the neighbors and I sell one or something like that. And he's like, yeah, but if you went and caught 5 fish, you could sell more and then you could buy a few more. And he's like, but why would I need to do that? And he's like, well, look, if you started, if you know where the fish are and you go catch a bunch of fish, then you could eventually get a bigger boat and then you can go and catch more fish. And then now you can start having a crew and then you can start getting multiple ships and you can start catching all these fish. And eventually you'd outgrow this area and you'd end up starting a corporation like in New York, and you'd have this huge ship market that catches all these fish that where they are. And then you could sell it for like millions of dollars and then you could go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm already doing whatever I want.
Yeah. And then I'd be back here catching 3 fish. I'm going to be
right back here catching 3 fish a day. And the billionaire guy's like, oh, okay. Like if you're doing what you want now, you know, so I kind of see some aspects of that in my life and the way I kind of view things, but also in the way that the contestants are doing this in the show, where they're like, I'm doing this for the money so I can go do X, Y, and Z. And then they go, you know what? Either X and Y don't really matter to me, and we can do Z right now. Yeah. So I'm going to go home.
Yep.
But I think it'd just be fun to kind of go and do for a little while. I don't think I'd ever win.
Gotcha.
I don't. They're at like 70 something days.
Well, that one dude got 100
maybe
days. Yeah. I forget what his name was, but he freaking stabbed was it a bison?
Is he the one that lived in the rock or the rock house?
Yep.
Yeah, that guy was nuts. I didn't watch that episode. He stabbed a muskox
to death, and that's how he hunted it.
Wow. Well, one of the guys in this new episode got a bull or a moose.
Nice.
A bull moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's been surviving. He had to, because he had so much meat all at once, and there was so many predators around. He just jerkied the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's been munching on jerky the whole time.
Jeez.
Anyway, so I enjoy the alone stuff. I really like the beginning to see how people how they go about figuring out what to do, figuring out how to build things or how to organize their life and what they prioritize, whether it's shelter or food or water or what. Yep. I really enjoy that side. And then I don't really care about the ending that much, but I'm so invested in it by the time that I get there to see who wins it is. And I'm really happy that the mini assistant has kind of gotten into it.
Nice.
We always try to find something that we could watch together. And this just happens to be something that I actually enjoy more so than she does. So
There's a show I just discovered that you might enjoy with The Assistant, and other people might out there too. If you guys are children of the 90s. There's a show called, I forget what it's called. I need to look it up. Here, let me just look it up real quick. Right. It's called The Dark Side of the 90s.
Oh, okay.
And there's 3 seasons of it on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So, it's a lot of really fun cultural information about the 90s from 1990s, that decade.
That could be, the mini assistant might enjoy that. A lot of 90s stuff is coming back.
Yeah.
So that's why she might enjoy that for sure. So,
all right. That does it. I think for intro stuff, we'll get into now, take a quick break and get into what we've been up to over the weekend. So take a quick break, grab some drinks, grab some snacks, and we'll be right on back.
Hey guys, I love going out wheeling and I love playing in the outdoors, and one of the main tools I rely on for all of the activities is onX Off-Road. onX keeps me in the know, it keeps me on the trails, and it keeps me from getting lost so that I can make it back home to my family and friends. There's tons of tools and data available for outdoor activities on the app that helps you plan your next trip, and it helps keep the adventures rolling. Start your free trial over at onxmaps.com.
Welcome back, ladies and germs, to today's campfire discussion. I guess we don't really do those on Thursdays, but more of what we've been up to. Yeah. So Jimmy and I live lives separately of each other, and we don't talk to each other outside of the podcast, which is really kind of a weird friendship that we have, but we do it for you guys. So you're welcome. But really, this is just kind of part of the episode where Jimmy and I like to sit down and talk to each other about what we've been up to.
Yeah.
So, and you guys get to listen in on our conversations, like some weird little eavesdroppers out there. Pretty much I just had my termite versary.
Yeah. Versary? Like this is an anniversary?
Uh-huh.
This has happened more than once?
No.
Oh. It's gonna happen more than once?
No, hopefully not. But no, it was our anniversary as well, our 6th-year anniversary.
That's right.
So we did that. So we went up to the cabin, got to do some fun things, and have a couple of updates on the mule.
Okay.
Just a couple, not a lot. So
yeah. I have a whole bunch of stuff, but no fun truck updates really. I did a little bit on Samantha.
Okay.
And and then we went to a banana ball game.
Oh. Yeah. I want to hear about that. Okay, you go first.
Okay. Sounds good. So I've
always wanted to go to one of those.
Yeah. We didn't do a whole lot on Samantha this week. Hustle Nuts was supposed to come over, but then he wasn't feeling well. And so we didn't really do that. But I did before he came over, which he came over on Friday just to kind of check and make sure that I did things right. Because I was having the collision issues with Samantha on my panhard bar, right? And so Brian told me some new degrees to try to acquire. And then I ended up moving the panhard bar further towards the tailgate of the vehicle, only 3/8 of an inch, if that.
Okay.
Just as far as I felt comfortable that we could move it and weld it without damaging the surface of where the third member is going to go.
Okay.
And then we went from 6 degrees 6 degrees caster to 8 degrees caster.
Okay.
So we rotated the axle counterclockwise from 6 to 8. And then the strike pad for the bump stop went from 4 degrees to 6 degrees because we went back 2 degrees. But Brian said to move the strike pad of the bump stop back up to 3 degrees.
Yep.
There's a lot of little movements there. So more or less we rotated the axle back, and we needed to move the strike pad more or less back to where it was originally. So those 3 things that we did, so rotating the axle further back, which leans the upper link further away from the panhard bar, then rotating more or less the panhard bar axle mount forward more, separating those two. And then we moved the upper link mount further away from the panhard bar. All those things I think gave me more than enough clearance.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Cause I was like, we're moving this 3/8 and we're moving that 2 degrees and we're moving that 3 degrees. Like that's not, we're going to be fractions of an inch here.
Yeah. We only got 5 degrees of separation here. Actually, how much is that going to be?
And it was plenty. I believe.
Power of pi.
Yeah. So we're back to me colliding with the clutch slave cylinder.
Gotcha.
Clutch slave.
Yep.
So I've got to buy, hopefully by the time this airs, I have purchased the new one of those because I want to go buy the Napa that's right here after recording to buy a new one of those. It looks like the FJ40 has the breather pokes out the front.
Okay.
And not out the side.
Okay.
And so it's a matter of like everybody told me to get one of those and that could solve the problem. I don't know if those are going to have the same throw or whatnot, but we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. A fun little test there. And then I'd need to articulate the suspension to see if I could possibly move the upper axle mount. I always, how do you say these? The upper link axle mount a little bit more to passenger side.
Okay.
But I need to articulate it to see if it's going to hit then the frame or what, if anything, rotating around. So there's some articulation that needs to happen to see if we can figure out a good way to get the packaging to get possibly more up travel, which is my goal. But I think we're getting damn close to where I might be maxed out.
Okay.
So if we can get a little bit more up travel, I'd be stoked.
Nice.
So that is in place. We pretty much have now the pan hard bar frame bracket in place because that's all incorporated with the bump stop. So that kind of, a lot of that fixed that. So once we rotated all those things and moved the link, we actually were able to flatten out the pan hard bar bump stop combo because we had it sort of tilted so that we could try to get a little bit more forward and put the pan hard bar more in position. But now that we have so much clearance, we kind of rotated it back to where we originally had it. And that's looking really good too. So next big step is to actually sort of temporarily place the power steering box in and start making the drag link and make sure that those drag link and pan hard bar are going to be close to parallel and sort of, and I believe you need them. Do they need to be the same length? They should be close to the same length or something like that.
As close as you can, but the being parallel is the bigger thing.
Right. So we're just going to start playing that game now and then playing articulation and seeing about how much up travel we can get. Because right now we might be roughly maxed out in up travel with both sides compressed.
Okay.
But we might be able to get more up travel when it articulates each way. So it's going to be a game of playing where do you limit the bump stops at, whether it's both with full compression on both sides or compression for one side or the other. And I was like, well, can't we do we'll just see how high one can get on one side and one can get on the other side. And Hussman's like, no, you don't do that. You want to make them even so that if you hit a bump, it doesn't throw you one way or another. You just want it to be even. And I was like, okay, that makes complete sense. So, so we're just going to go full compression. We're going to kind of, we'll probably clamp the bump stops into place and then we'll do articulation one way and articulation the other way and slowly start moving the bump stops down or up, depending on the situation that fits. And then that's going to tell us where the bump stops are. And that's going to kind of dial in this, the articulation. And then before everything gets welded in, we're going to have to figure out the shocks and because that's going to be another big part of that. So it's going to be a little bit of testing with the bump stops, a little bit of testing with the power steering box. And then we really got to get the shocks in place so that we can start making sure that we can clear everything and, get so that the shaft or the coils aren't going to be hitting the frame or things are going to be far enough out that, my steering's not going to be an issue. And so there's a lot more that's going to be going into the front, but we're getting to the fun part now, I think, where, a lot of it was sort of tedious where it's like I had to fine tune some brackets and, tweak them and get them so they sit into place and rotate a few things a few different degrees. But now we're like, okay, I'm moving an axle around and we're going to see how things go. So it's becoming a lot of fun. Nice. So that was the Samantha update. That was cool. That was on, I did a lot of the work on like Wednesday and Thursday. And then on Friday, Hustle Nuts came over and we checked a bunch and yeah, things were looking good.
Sweet.
Saturday was super busy for us. The mini assistant was at her dad's house. So it was just the assistant and I, and a buddy of mine called me up a week or so ago and was like, hey, we have tickets to a banana ball game in Sacramento at the Sutter Health Park.
Yeah.
You guys want to go? And we're like, sure. Don't really know much about it, but the few things I've seen, it looks fun.
Yeah.
And it was so rad. It was a lot of fun. It was a bit overwhelming.
Oh, really?
A little bit, just because like baseball is so slow and this type of baseball is super fast.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of an interesting game. There's a few different rules from regular baseball. Like one of the big rules is the game only lasts 2 hours.
No matter what.
Okay. The game, you have 2 hours and then I think they do a final ending.
Okay.
And then if things are tied, it's sort of sudden death.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they have a thing called like tricks or trick shots. So like if somebody's running, if you're the shortstop and you catch or you get the ball after the hit and then somebody's running to second, like you could throw the ball to second or you could throw the ball at the ground and bounce it to the person that's on second and it's a trick shot.
Okay.
And then you get a tally for a trick shot. And a lot of pop flies would happen and they would like take their glove and like hit the ball back up and then catch the ball.
Okay.
And that'd be a trick shot. And so at the end of the game, let me back up a hair. So they score the game by just who wins the inning.
Okay.
So if you won the inning, you get 1 point.
Gotcha.
Right. It's not how many runs you got in.
Yeah.
It's just who won the inning.
Okay.
Right. So if you win the trick shots, if you have more trick shots for total at the end of the game, if you win if your team has the most trick shots, you get another point.
Okay.
Yeah. And
nice.
Yeah. And then there's a whole bunch there's like between every inning, there's sort of an act and there's all these fun things going on. There's music being played all the time. If they hit a foul ball and you catch it, the guy's out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Someone from the crowd catches it too. That's funny.
So a bunch of people had gloves. There's a few times that it was like 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They hit a pop fly and somebody in the audience catches it and they're out for it's game over.
That's funny.
And then like brought the guy down onto the field and they did a dance, and just all this fun stuff. But it was super, super fun. It was loud. I honestly felt like there was times when you are either watching the entertainment happen or you're watching the game and you can't really do both.
Gotcha.
And so I felt like it was a little overwhelming on that aspect where they could have slowed some of the entertainment down to watch the game a little bit more. But I don't know. I mean, it was still a lot of fun. They were throwing a lot of balls into the audience. Like anytime there was a foul ball hit, they threw it into the audience. Whenever there was, just something random at the end of the game, the umpire just started hucking the balls out of his pocket, into the audience. They shot a lot of t-shirts into the audience. They did a whole bunch of audience participation. Yeah. And so I was talking to my buddy who invited me and he was like, the guy, Johnny Banana or whatever they call him, is Johnny something. They've done like studies with him and they feel like he's completely changed the audience engagement in sports.
Oh, interesting.
And how banana ball has like evolved and grown. Cause it used to be a Savannah Bananas and and I think the Party Animals, I'm not quite sure who the other team was. We saw the Party Animals and the Texas Tailgaters.
Okay.
There are now, and because of that, there are now 6 teams in banana ball doing banana ball, and it's growing.
Wow.
And so it's just kind of an interesting thing where it's like, and my buddy told me that every starter in banana ball is making over $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so they're obviously making money doing this. The advertising, whatever is all happening is all working. And the dude is giving it right back to the players.
Yeah.
And so instead of kids trying to go out for baseball or the minor leagues, they want to get it. They want to get into banana ball because they could be making money right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting thing because I wonder if major leagues are going to start grabbing from banana ball and moving them up at some point. Because one of the times, I I think the Texas Tailgaters were slightly behind. And the guy that got up on, and once you're a batter, once you walk into the batting area, you're not allowed to leave.
Oh, the batter's box?
The batter's box. Once you walk into the batter's box, you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
So the pitcher went threw a ball like as soon as he got the ball back, he just went to cock his arm and threw the next pitch.
Okay.
Like as fast as he could. Yeah. Because he wanted to try to get turnover because they needed to get back to batting.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's like, I'm just going to strike a bunch of people out and then we can get back up onto the pitch because I only have 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right. And so we need to move this game along because we need to get back to bat.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was an interesting kind of play psychology wise, right? Like we need to change the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting because it was like pitch. Okay, that guy's out. Right. Or he hit a pop fly and he's out or whatever. And so the whole game moves way faster.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I always get bored watching baseball.
Yeah,
I'm like,
me too.
I can't do this.
Like I've been to a few baseball games and I played t-ball as a child and it was too slow for me as playing as a kid that I never really got into it. But I could totally see people loving banana ball and it driving more people towards baseball. And I'm a huge soccer fan. So I was like, can I do this in soccer? Like, could somebody do this? And I don't think you can. Like, I'm sure you can, but there would be ways to do it. But the thing about baseball is between every inning, there's a pause. And between every pitch, there's a pause.
There's no downtime in soccer.
There's no downtime in soccer. Soccer's clock runs continuously. You know, there's pauses for throw-ins or corner kicks or goal kicks or fouls, right? But the clock is always running and you're always playing. There's a bunch of movement always happening.
Yep.
Where baseball, there's a lot of downtime.
Yep.
And I was like, shit, they could do this in football.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downtime in football because I was sort of like, what other things could they enjoy this in? And so I'm kind of curious. It's like, I think they could do this really well somehow with bowling. Like there could be a whole new revamp to bowling. And, change maybe change the way that bowling is played and the way that it's scored or how it works, but there's could be way more entertainment involved in it. So I was like, damn, like that could be an interesting twist on things. But it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm not a baseball fan, but I had totally enjoyed myself there.
Yeah.
It was completely chaos and it was really cool to see.
Okay.
Just a lot of fun things. A lot of like the Texas Tailgaters had a bartending competition in the middle of besides one of the innings or something like that. And it was these two guys just going back and forth doing flips and things with their glass and making a drink.
Okay.
There was on the party animals, one of the guys was Irish and before he got up to the pitcher's mound, they played Celtic music for his walk-up song. And then when he got up to the pitcher or the batting box, somebody ran up and gave him a beer and he got down on his knee and chugged a beer. And then he got up to the batting box and he, did his thing. And, they had some fun walkout things where the guys came from random areas and doing different things. And so it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And if you have a chance, get in on the lotto. Cause from what I hear, it's like every venue is just straight lotto because so
it's all
many
sold out. There's
it's
so
all
much
sold
demand.
out. So many people want it that it becomes it's like a lotto system to get tickets now. So I'd highly tell people to just get in on the lotto. And if your number gets picked, go because it's fun. My buddy went 5 years ago and he's been in the lotto ever since. And he just again got tickets. So it took him 5 years to get tickets.
Wow.
So
do they travel around to just random stadiums countrywide, or
they must, because the last
those
time
teams are local here.
No. So there actually 2 games were being played in California at the exact same time. One was in San Diego and one was here in Sacramento.
Okay,
and the actual Savannah Bananas were playing in San Diego against somebody I don't know.
Yeah,
and then the Party Animals and the Texas Tailgaters were playing up here in Sacramento. And there's 6 teams, so there maybe was another team playing somewhere else in some other location, or they were on their break or something. But it does sound like they rotate or they try to travel around.
Yeah.
And the season started earlier this year because there's more teams.
Nice.
And but it was a lot of fun. I had a blast.
Okay.
So if you have a chance or you enjoy baseball, this is a great alternative. Check it out. I mean, it's just a fun thing to do with the kids. It's good children fun. Like there was a few times that they brought some dads out to do like a chugging contest, and they gave them all root beer. right? You know, it's like,
geez,
okay.
chug a root beer.
Yeah. And they did a fitness contest, you know, and they're like having people flex on, down on the field. And one of the guys took off his shirt and he's like, hey man, remember this is a public show, you know, like the announcer guy. So they were trying to keep it family friendly, fun. And it definitely was. Nice. It was really cool. So,
okay.
Yeah. And then that night we went and saw the band Cake play in Sacramento.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they were doing
Where were they playing?
They were playing at the brand new theater downtown, Channel 24.
Okay. I've not heard of that one.
Yeah. It's maybe been open maybe a year.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was nice. It was a good venue. Cake, they did that like you're going the distance, the short skirt, long dress or long coat. I forgot what that one's called. Jacket, short skirt, long jacket. They have a few different big popular songs, but the band roughly is from the Sacramento area.
Oh.
If I might have my wires crossed on the bands, but I'm pretty sure the lead singer like grew up in Auburn.
Okay.
And then they spent a lot of time like starting the band here in Sacramento and then have made it big. And now they've gone all over the place. But Sacramento is a home to was a home for many of them. So they drew a big crowd. They had 3 nights here at the Channel 24, sold out all of the shows.
Yeah.
They were fun. They're definitely getting up there in age. I don't think they brought the energy that they used to, but it was still a lot of fun. But I quickly realized that I'm not as big as a Cake fan as, I knew I wasn't a big Cake fan, but I knew I was not as big as a Cake fan as the assistant or some of the other people around me. 'Cause about half of the songs I knew.
Okay.
And the other half that I had no idea, everybody else around me was screaming all the lyrics. So I'm like, okay, like it was fun. They put on a good show. The one cool thing they do, and every single one of their shows is they give away a tree.
Oh.
And so this one, they had the audience, the lead singer kind of pointed at people and they had to guess what type of tree it was.
Okay.
Right? And then
they bring it out on stage?
They brought it out onto stage. Like it was in like maybe a 10-gallon tank, pot, like a nursery pot. And it was probably 2-ish, 3, maybe 3 feet tall. And they kept asking, and I was like, that's a citrus, but I don't know which citrus it is. It could be a lemon. It could be an orange. It could be, a lime. It could, and I was like, in my head, I was like lemon because he was asked, so I was raising my hand. The assistant was raising their hand and he made a few rules before. He's like, look, don't raise your hand if you're not going to take care of this.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm giving you a tree. You need to take care of it. I feel like we need to have more trees in this world, and we're the city of trees, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And he said, 2, you need to have a place to plant this.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't have land or you don't have a specific place,
apartment building.
Yeah. If you're in an apartment, you can't have this tree. We're not going to give it to you. And there was like another one, like, if you need to care for it for like an extended period of time or something like that. And he said, if you don't fulfill one of those 3 things, like don't raise your hand.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got land. I've got places to put it. I'm not planning on moving anytime soon, So the assistant and I had our hands up, and if he called on me, I was going to be like lemon, and somebody else said lemon and he's like, nope. And I was like, dang it. Okay. And I was like, I don't know, an orange. Somebody said orange. And he's like, yeah, what kind? I'm like, oh, damn. It's like, I only know a few types of oranges. He never called back on me, but it ended up being a navel orange.
Okay.
Yeah. And the guy that went up, Rob, the guy that they announced his name, that went up there. And the guy said, look, I'm going to give you this tree if you meet these 3 things, and you have to promise me these 3 things. Yeah. Or he said 4. And it was the 3 things I mentioned earlier. And then the 4th one, he's like, will you send us a photo of you planting the tree?
Okay.
And he's like, yes. And he's like, along with that, will you send us photos in the future of how big this tree is getting and you next to the tree? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. He's like, we have a thing on our website where people send us the pictures of them and the trees.
The check-ins kind of thing.
And we have a map of the world of everywhere that we've given trees out and the people that have the people in their trees. And we have people in like England and Germany and all these things that are sending in photos of their tree. And it's really cool. And I'm like, that is pretty cool. So, so they gave away the navel orange. Some guy named Rob got it and he ended up with the tree, but the band was fun. It was good. Nice. They played an Ozzy Osbourne cover that they have covered before. It's one of their songs that they play. That was really cool. It was a good show. I think we had 1 drink at the show, so we ended up driving ourselves home and stuff. And then Sunday, I finished the garden fence.
Nice.
Yes.
I saw pictures. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm happy with the way it came out. I definitely learned a lot. If I were to do it over again, I'd know a lot more about how to do it and squaring the fence up and dealing with things and just all around learned a lot. It was fun though. I think the headers turned out well. We were kind of hemming and hawing if we wanted to put more of the, because I had the center, like where the gate is, I had a header up above that, which is sort of like it's a 2x8 that I cut these curves out of, made it sort of Japanese Oriental style like thing. And then, but on the sides, we were hemming and hawing if we were going to put the headers up there because it just would have taken more time. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, I think it'll look so much better with the headers up. And so I did it and it does. It looks way better.
Yeah.
So that's all done. Filled in all the holes, concreted it, filled in the holes, built the gate, finished cutting some of the 4x4s poked up above the level of what the 2x4s were, the headers were. So cut all those down. I got all that done. So super stoked with that. We do have the Easter party coming up this Saturday or Sunday. Which I don't think either of you guys have RSVP'd for.
No.
So check your email along with everybody else for gift boxes. And so I do want to kind of clean it because it's full with big long weeds. And I think we're not going to do any, because I want to turn the soil. I want to put mulch down, maybe straw down, and we need to get the beds ready to start planting. But I think because the Easter party is this weekend, I'm just going to weed it a little bit and then we're going to open it up for people to hide things in. Cause normally we don't let people into the garden area because we have plants in there already. And we don't want all these kids running around and trampling our plants. But since there's nothing really that important in there, I think we're going to use it as a egg hiding area as well. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. Opens a little bit more space up in the yard. So yeah. But yeah, that was the gist of it. So this week is going to be a lot of getting panels out the door and getting my day job done and editing the podcast, but also a lot of just cleaning the yard and getting it ready for the party and just mowing. It's like it's the season where I have to mow like once a week right now. Also, our riding mower steering broke, but I think I can jimmy rig it enough to get it going. Ordered the new parts. They're supposed to show up Thursday today. And, but I don't know if I want to wait that long, to mow. So I might put it back together and fix what I can. And I just can't crank the steering. Like it'll still turn, but if like when it gets hard and I have to get near the, get the full turn out of it, it like starts skipping teeth. And so, I just drive it gently. It'll still turn. So, and I'll just take wider turns. So yeah, this week's going to be some weed eating, mowing, cleaning the yard, prepping for the party and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's but I'll still travel. We'll still have Hussman over on Thursday. If he's feeling better, which he is. And we'll probably start doing some cycling and playing with the suspension. So that'll be fun. Yep.
That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to hearing more updates on Samantha.
Yeah, definitely. I think I had a few people. I did that reel on Instagram and I said, like, all right, I'm done. Or a story on Instagram. All right, garden fence is done. And I had a few people message me. Awesome. Now get to work on Samantha. It's like, okay. So, all right. Yeah. Yep. So how about you? You had a termite problem.
We did. Yeah.
And you had a circus tent.
Yep.
Over the whole house?
The whole house.
Dang.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
tell me more.
I mean, we found the termites over the holidays, right? So we're supposed to go up and have Christmas, New Year's, my family's Christmas, which we do for New Year's, up at the cabin.
Right.
And my cousin got like deathly ill for a couple of days. And so we canceled the whole family gathering. And I was like, no, fuck this. I want to see everybody. So we hosted at my house in Sacramento.
Right.
And put all that together within a couple of days. When doing that, we were setting up the guest bedroom. We pulled the bed away from the wall and found this little pile of sawdust on the floor.
Ooh.
And I was like,
okay,
the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like we haven't done any work on this wall. There's no reason why sawdust should be down at the floor. So I'm looking close at the wall and there's this little pinhole in the wall. I'm like, I'm 99% sure I know what that is.
Yeah.
But I really hope I'm wrong. So we're going to call a pest control in to take a look at it. And so we took a bunch of the sawdust, put it in a little bag, and it looks like a salt and pepper wood.
Okay.
Little mini dots. I don't even know how to describe them.
It's super fine.
Super
fine sawdust, right? It's not like chainsaw sawdust. It's like sanding sawdust.
Yes, it's sand. It's like salt and pepper sand.
Okay,
that you could tell looks like wood.
Yeah.
So I put it in a little Ziploc baggie, called pest control over, and the guy gets there. He goes, "Hey, I'm so-and-so from NorCal Pest Control, blah, blah." And I go, "Okay." And he goes, What do you need me to look at something today? I'm here to look and investigate something. Like, yeah, we hand him the baggie. He goes, "Oh, yeah, you got this kind of termite, blah, blah, blah." And we're like, shit. Yeah. Okay.
You knew by the,
it's a very, I don't want to say common, but that salt and pepper sand.
Yeah.
Only one termite makes that, apparently.
Interesting.
And it's the kind that you have to fumigate the whole house.
Wah, wah, wah. Wait, we got that one here for you.
Somewhere.
Where is this one? There. Look at that.
Yeah. On it today, man. So, we ended up scheduling it about 30 days out from when we learned about it. And we're looking at the calendar, like, when can we be gone for minimum 3 days? Like, essentially 4 days we need to be gone. And we're like, our anniversary is coming up, March 21st, which is fun because we made it 3-2-1. So it's easy to remember.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. So anyways, March 21st, and we're like, our anniversary weekend's coming up. Let's see if the cabin's available.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it'd be fun to, get away and go up to the cabin for 4 days.
Yeah.
Have an extended stay up in Arnold and not be there and not have to worry about the house getting tented. And so that's what we did. I was stressed out last week because we came back from Overland Expo SoCal. So I was gone we drove down there on
Thursday.
And then came back Monday. So I was gone. I didn't get any work done for my normal work stuff.
Right.
Thursday through Monday. And so we came back, we record on Tuesdays. So I only had Wednesday, Thursday to get caught up on work before and set up the house to get tented,
right,
and fumigated. I have 2 days to get caught up on work and fumigate and set up the house for fumigation before I'm gone for another 4 days. And then I come back Monday afternoon and we're recording on Tuesday again. So now,
oh geez, yeah,
I've essentially been gone. I haven't been able to do a lot of work stuff for 2 weeks. So getting a little stressed out about all that. But I will say setting up the house and getting it ready for the fumigation was extremely stressful, just because it kills everything.
Okay.
The fumigation does. So anything that's alive has to be removed from the house.
Got it. So plants all out, animals,
us, etc.
Small children.
Yep. Anything that is going to get ingested has to either be removed from the house or bagged up in a special bag they have. And you end up having to double bag it for everything too. So that's medicine, that's food, that's dog food, that's they said any of the baby's bedding needs to go and get out of there. The baby's mattress should go out too.
Okay.
Spices.
Yeah.
Liquor, open liquor, anything that's been open and is not hermetically sealed.
Wow.
From a factory. So,
so what did you do with it all?
We put a lot of the cold stuff into the portable fridge.
Okay.
And took it with us. And then the rest of the fridge and freezer and the outside freezer, we packed up into bags, took some of the shelves out and shoved it all back in the fridge and the freezer in these big ass bags. So we had a bag in the freezer, another bag in the other freezer. We had a bag in the fridge. We had the portable fridge with this dual zone, which was nice. And we took that with us. And then we took spices and oils and pantry stuff and the liquor cabinet. Had to pack up the whole liquor cabinet too.
Yeah.
And put all that into these big ass bags. So we had 7 or 8, 9 of these big ass bags just sitting in our living room, in the front living room, just waiting And yeah. So the other thing about tenting a house is that it's all open. And this was something I didn't like. I knew that we are going to have to open up windows and stuff because you have to, the tent is the exterior of the house, right? So everything, they want the fumigation to travel unhindered everywhere in the house.
Sure.
So that's up into your attic, into your walls then, and through every room, through your HVAC system. It's at everywhere, right? And so in order to do that, you need one window open in every room.
Okay.
And the doors open.
Sure.
They want a front and a back door open and the garage door, not the main roll up garage door, but like you need to have the door from the house to the outside and from the house to the garage and then the garage to the outside.
Sure.
Those doors need to be open. So like I knew that had to happen, but it didn't occur to me until we were opening up everything that I was like, we're leaving for the weekend.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be here. Our entire house is wide open for anybody to come in.
But it's closed in a tent, right?
It's in a tent, but I mean, you can get into the tent super easy.
Okay.
Now, granted, there's gases inside the tent that will kill you if you go in.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but if somebody had an evil mind, they could figure out how to get around that.
For sure. So the whole weekend, anytime our camera system went off, we were checking it.
Yeah.
And being very up on checking it. And turns most of the time the camera system was just going off because wind was moving the tent around.
Oh man, that sounds frustrating because it would be going off false alarms after false alarm.
10 to 20 times a day, false alarms. Yeah. But we had to keep an eye on it and keep checking 100%. It, right? So all of our neighbors knew what was going on. We gave everybody a heads up that there's going to be a circus tent next to them for the weekend. And everybody was really cool about it. And they all said they would help keep an eye on things. And we sent our plants over to one of the neighbors and
cool.
Anyways, it all worked out just fine. We had a great time up at the cabin. I was looking forward to my uncle, Arnold. When the blizzard came down a few weeks ago, we had the whole Mormon immigrant things, the recovery to go over. Arnold got hit hard by the weather. There was trees down everywhere. And turns out what was happening was the sap was only like worked up halfway of a lot of the pine trees. And so a lot of the trees just snapped in half. And that's a lot of what came down was trees that the tops just came off of them.
Oh, wow.
So there's still, I mean, and we're 4 weeks from that storm now, 5 weeks.
If not more.
There's still a ton of timber to be cleaned up in Arnold right now.
Wow.
There's a lot of houses whose owners, the property owners, haven't even been up yet to clean the properties. There's a lot of houses with tarps over their roofs.
Oh yeah.
Because trees came down on the roofs and damaged the roofs. We saw one house where the tree was still in the roof.
Oh wow.
And I was like, God, that they haven't been up yet to check their properties. Wow.
Or they just haven't. It's damaged. Why try to take it apart?
You would hope that they would put a tarp over it though.
Yeah, maybe.
So they don't get water damage now. So anyways, it's still pretty bad up there. The uncle's cabin is great. It's in great condition. But there was a couple trees down that he was like, hey, just FYI, there's a couple trees down. I was like, yay, I get to come up and I'll bring the chainsaw and I'll play around for a full day, bucking and limbing things up. And I got there and he did it all. I was like, oh, all right, whatever. I don't get to play with chainsaws now. So had a great time at the cabin. We went to Lock Vineyards, which we have a wine club at there in Murphy's.
Okay.
And apparently we hadn't been there for a year and a half.
Oh, man.
So we had 5 wine club shipments to pick up.
Nice.
Which is 2 full cases of wine.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And I walked in and immediately they have this stack of wine cases with a sign on it that says Luck of the Irish.
Oh, okay.
So it was, I think, $230 for the case. Random case. You don't get to look in it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of luck of the draw. Whatever you get in there is what you get in there.
Sure. Sounds fun.
But because we're wine clubs, I was kind of like,
So what's
I'm going to get a case, but what's in there? And they're like, it's a mixture of all their normal stuff that I love.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. So I just grabbed a case off and put it on the counter as I was walking in, kind of thing. And they just started laughing. I was like, $20 a bottle. And this is all, I love all the wines that you guys have. It's a great deal. Mm-hmm. So, we ended up leaving Locke with 3 cases of wine.
Dang.
And then we went to on Sunday, because on Saturday they were doing the Irish Festival in Murphy's.
Oh.
So they shut down the main street.
I saw that on Good Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they shut down Main Street. You can't go park down there. You have to park at Park and Rides and then get shuttled into town.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. And like 15,000 people show up to Murphy's. Downtown Murphy's for this festival.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I am not a crowd person. So we didn't go in on Saturday. We hung out and went to a couple different playgrounds around Arnold and Avery and took the kid around too.
Yeah.
And then we found a little creek and sat there for about an hour just throwing shit into the creek, rocks, sticks, etc. You had a good time with it. So we did that on Saturday, and then Sunday, CJ with CJ.
Oh,
I got to chat a little bit with him on Sunday.
Was he up there?
Nope.
Oh,
we just phone call,
okay, cool.
Some business things with Snora and Moreflate. So, but anyways, chatting with him, and his family's from Dorrington, which is right there next to Arnold.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's a great winery tasting room in Murphy's that has a porch pounder. I was like,
a what?
A what? He goes, a porch pounder. I was like, that I heard you the first time. That doesn't mean I know what you meant.
Yeah, sure.
And so he goes, it's a wine where you sit down, you could sit down on a porch and end up drinking the whole bottle of wine because it's just a really unique, easy drinking wine. It's a porch pounder. And I was like, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
He goes, go to La Folia, which is a tasting room in Murphy's. And they're kind of known because they sell a bunch of hats as well. And he goes, they have a dessert wine. It's a clear wine. It's a dessert wine. It's a lot like Moscato.
Okay.
And it's called a Masquerade.
Interesting.
The Masquerade. And that's the porch pounder. And I was like, okay, we'll go check it out on Sunday. Because we needed to go downtown to play on the downtown playground in Murphy's.
Of course.
So we did that first and then went over to La Folia. They have some really good, unique stuff there. We've never stopped in La Folia before to try out their stuff. And like they do a bunch of blends that are unique blends. They're taking a very popular blend is the GSMs, right?
Yes.
The Grenache, Syrah,
M,
whatever the M is. GSM blend is a very popular
Merlot.
blend in
Muscat.
No, that's a dessert. It might be Merlot.
Yeah.
Mourvedre. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. It's a GSM, very popular blend with wineries. And there's other like familiar blends like Cab Sauv blends, etc.
Yeah.
They do weird blends.
Interesting.
And they're really good.
Cool.
And you know how I like smoke tainted wines, right?
I do.
They have, I was talking to him because I was like, all the wines that he has is really peppery.
Okay.
They're really peppery wines. I love peppery wines, but like I've never really had a really peppery Barbera and a really peppery Sanjo.
Okay.
And the Barbera and the Sangiovese he had were both really peppery. And I was like, your wines, do you guys normally make wines to be really peppery? He goes, not particularly. It's just like some year vintages, they end up having a certain flavor profile across the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get that because I try and find smoke tainted wines. And I explained, the best wine I've ever had was a 2014 Zin from the Kingfire.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, you'll probably really like, we have this, I forget what kind it was. It was a blend, but it was from 2018 when it wasn't the Paradise Fire. There was another massive fire that year. That was like the biggest fire on record for California in square acreage. Anyways, it was north of us around, I think that was the year from the Feather River.
Oh,
fire. Lassen maybe? No, that was like 2020.
I don't know.
21.
Okay.
But it was 2018.
Sure.
Massive fire happened in California. And he goes, we have a wine here that's a very smoke tainted wine from that fire. And I was like, I've been waiting for these reds vintages to come out and start hitting the wineries and tasting rooms from 2018 grapes. And he goes, well, we have one. He goes, I'm glad you like it because a lot of people hate smoke tainted wine. And I was like, I know a lot of wineries just completely insurance claimed their entire crops from that year because of that fire. So I've been trying to wait and find somebody who actually kept some of the grapes to make it. And I tasted it and I was like, yep, I'll take 4 bottles of those.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I'll have to bring one in.
Okay.
And let you have some
Did
time.
I give you one of the Element 79s? It's a white. I don't remember what type of white it was. But the assistant calls it a smoky apple juice.
Oh, okay.
And we bought a case of it while we were up there last time. We have 1 bottle left.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were up there for my birthday last year. And I was like, we should go back to Element 79 and see if they have more.
Okay.
And the assistant's like, they've got to be sold out. And I'm like, we should go, but we never ended up going.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I was really excited to find the smoke tainted wine, but we're sitting there and they had another Vermentino that was amazing, super crisp. Like we're looking at having a really hot summer this year.
Yes.
So we're trying to stock up on some white wines, and this one was absolutely amazing. And so we ended up, long story long, we ended up buying a whole nother case at La Folia.
Nice.
So we ended up going home with 4 cases of wine.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Usually around this time, we end up going up to our Fair Play area and doing our collections. And that means we've missed 2 releases.
Yeah.
And we have 3 wineries up in that area, so that's a few cases. So, but this year we haven't gone yet. So we're probably not going to go until October, November. So we're going to have a full year at 3 wineries. So we'll at least come home with a case from each one, if not buying more. Yeah. So I know exactly how that goes.
Yeah. Yep. It's fine. It's good. It got us restocked though, because we just haven't gone as much since Reed was born, right?
Sure.
And then like the whole first year we didn't go at all.
Right.
Because she was breastfeeding the whole time and she didn't want to be drinking a whole lot. So we got our wine collection down to like where all of our wine was in the wine fridge.
You were in dangerous levels because I know you joined Costco so you could go buy wine.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did that too. That was funny. Anyways.
And then I told you don't need a Costco membership to go buy alcohol.
Yeah, I didn't. You go figure that. All right, whatever.
Just a PSA for everybody out there. If they can't, in California at least, they can't have alcohol behind a paywall or a club or something along those lines. So you can go to Costco. You have to go into the customer service area. They give you a special ticket that allows you to go through the Costco line to check out, and all you're allowed to buy is alcohol. But you can go in there, you can get their pricing, and you can buy the alcohol from Costco.
Yep. That's a fun game. My in-laws play a game of $10 Costco wines. They will go into Costco and see what they can find in wines for $10 a bottle, and then be like, is this good or not? Kind of thing.
Sounds fun.
And so I've upped it a little bit to about $15 just so you get more selection and variety.
Okay.
But I'll go in and buy half a case of $15 bottles or less. And they have a $6 bottle of either Grenache or Mourvedre that I'm like, this is actually pretty damn good for $6 a bottle. Like this is crazy. But anyways,
they have the Sheriff at Costco.
Okay.
And that's winery that we belong to, and they make that specifically for Costco, and it's like a sub tier of their normal ones. But every time it's a Shadow Ranch. Every time we go to Shadow Ranch, we end up buying a case of the Sheriff, just because it's a patio pounder. What do you call it? Porch pounder. Right. It's just a good. It's just a good bottle of wine that you can just finish. Yeah, fairly easy, and it's just a red blend. It's like red blend table wine, but we opened it up and we finished the bottle. Yeah.
So, anyways, that was Sunday for us. Was Playground in Murphy's in La Folia, which was a very pleasant surprise. I was just going there because I was like, CJ recommends it. His wife was a winemaker for 10 years.
Yeah.
And there's some other really, really good news that I really want to spoil on the podcast, but I'm not going to. I got to wait and let CJ spoil it for everybody.
Okay.
So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
An idea.
Okay.
So, if the two of you guys are getting together, I have an idea.
Yeah. So let's see.
The mule.
The mule, updates on the mule real quick. So very simple updates. The gears are getting done this week. So the front diff.
Okay.
So full rebuild. I'm really looking forward to them digging into the front diff.
I was going to ask, have they torn it apart yet? Because I want to know what's going on.
Exactly. And I was like, I think it's the upper pinion bearing. For some reason, wasn't getting oiled enough, and it welded itself to the pinion. And that blew everything up.
Okay.
That's what I think started the whole chain of events. But once they dig into it, which they're doing this week, they'll be able to get some images and send them over, and I'll get to see the carnage in there.
Yeah.
So that's update on the front diff. I learned recently, because Jason over at OCD Innovations, kind of built the mule. He worked at Stellar Built, before he went over and started OCD Innovations.
It started itself. Yeah.
Yep. And so he was the main builder and fabricator for the mule.
Oh, yeah.
When the mule started, right? And getting it done for its first wheeling trip and adventures. And so he told me that when they were designing the suspension for the mule, the front 3-link was set up where the upper link is the same length as the lower links.
Okay.
So and they did it specifically because they didn't want the upper link bracket the way Brian's are, kind of comes up and backwards.
Yeah.
To make that upper link shorter. So and they did it because they wanted more clearance or something. They didn't think it was going to be a big deal, because it was going to be a trailer queen, A, and B, it's a high pinion in the front diff.
Okay.
So the pinion has a lot of room there. They didn't want to have to worry about dialing in a shorter link length.
Sure.
And then they can get the same links for all the links.
Right. And if they're all this, I might be speaking out of my ass here, but if they're all the same length, then doesn't the ratio or the angle of the pinion stays the same, for the most part, right?
Yep.
It will rotate evenly and symmetrical with the rotation of the or the droop of the axle. Actually, it just I'm speaking out of my ass. I don't know.
When the axle droops,
it doesn't change as much.
It moves in an arc, right?
Yeah.
When the axle droops, it moves in an arc. And so when your upper link and your lower link are the same length, the pinion maintains this. The pinion angle doesn't change through axle movement.
Correct.
So that's one benefit to it, which makes it a little bit easier on U-joints. But the big issue with a vehicle that drives on the street is that your caster changes a lot when the axle moves up and down.
Okay.
So you can think about it. You got your 2 links this way and your caster is set at 5 or 6 degrees, right?
Interesting. Got it.
As the axle droops out, your caster goes to a positive.
Yes.
And so it'll go down to 0, -1, or +1, +2, rather than -6, -5 that it is.
Yes.
So what happens when your caster changes while you're driving?
Your tires are hitting the road. Your point of what you're steering is going to be changed too, right? Because your tires are now hitting a different point, and so your steering is going to be a little bit touchy.
Yes, exactly. What have I been experiencing with the mule?
Exactly that.
Darty, touchy steering.
Yeah. But the thing is that a lot of times, the caster has to change a lot, or your articulation or your droop, has to change a lot to get that caster to change.
Quote unquote, a lot. Yes and no, which could change with body roll as the suspension goes up or down. So during body roll.
Okay.
During you get a little bit of bump steer with it too, because it not unsolidifies. What is the right word? Anyways, if your caster goes positive, it's very touchy. It's not. It doesn't want to drive straight, right?
Sure.
And
if you're towed in a little bit, then you're even more. As soon as that caster is changing, or less, depending on the situation.
Yep.
Also, on your commute, when you were driving and it broke, did you just go over that speed bump?
I had gone over the speed bump and I was 400, 450 feet maybe from the speed bump.
Right. And it was 200-ish feet of you, or maybe 20 something feet of you coming to a
20
stop.
to 50.
But going over a speed bump will adjust your suspension.
It will.
And move things around.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That upper and lower link the same.
I don't know if that was part of the problem.
Yeah. I can't imagine that was part of the, I mean, it could have absolutely added to it. But like, for how much Dimitri had beat on the mule beforehand, before I got it and took it over, I can't imagine that the links being the same length, it was a drastic,
problem
part of it, right?
Yeah, because definitely can handle itself, and so you going over a speed bump shouldn't be that issue.
It shouldn't be an issue. So now that we have to fabricate and make a new upper link bracket,
you're gonna have them bring it back a little to try and keep the caster.
Yep. The goal would be essentially the magic number for upper and lower links. The difference you want in them is roughly 25%.
Oh, wow.
And that gets you close to maintaining caster during axle movement, right? Axle drop. So we're going to try and bring the bolt location back about 3 inches. If I can get 3 inches, should be a drastic improvement over having the same length links onto upper and lower.
Well, 3 inches isn't 25% though. How do you mean? So if you're, it is?
No, it's about 10%.
Right.
So
because what your link's probably,
the link is 34 and a half inches.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 feet, 36. Yeah. So 34.
So it's about 40 inches eye to eye.
Yeah. So eye to eye would be the rotational point, right? So 3 inches isn't even 10%.
Yeah. It'd be drastically better.
It'll be better than what it is. Yes.
Than what it was.
I will agree there.
So it's just a matter of, packaging, as you're finding out on your, on Samantha.
Yeah.
Where can you package stuff to get as close to that 25% as you can? So we're thinking 3 to 4 inches will be very doable. Anything beyond that might require a lot more fabrication. I just don't think we have time for it.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking into that as well when we get around to the upper 3 link. So
got it.
The bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good information to know.
Yeah.
And good to learn about. And I'm eagerly awaiting to hear about this third member.
Yeah. Me too. So we'll see how that all works out. Hopefully we'll have an update at the end of the week. So
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. I think that's it for me. That's all the updates I got.
Sounds good.
I'm just putting my house back together now.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it. Well, yeah. If you have any questions for us, you can always DM us. I'm over at SnailTrail4x4. Tyler's at 4x4 Toyota Tyler. You can email us, Jimmy or Tyler at SnailTrail4x4.com, or you can phone in and ask us some fun questions or tell us about things going on in your world at 916-345-4744. I was listening on to Botches Off-Road, and Wreck-It Rob called into their show. And Wreck-It Rob, I think, solved the camping versus glamping thing. Maybe I should have this be my final words. Okay, ask me All
right, Jimmy, what's your final words to wrap up of everybody today?
So Wreck-It Rob, I think, solved the camping versus glamping thing.
What?
Yep. He said he camps every time he goes out, and whenever he brings his wife, they're glamping.
Just because she's there? Does he change anything different?
All the above. Yes. I think that's a great answer.
All right.
If I'm with you, babe, I'm glamping.
There you go. There you have it. The final solution to camping versus glamping. And if you guys have anything different, give us a call. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Oh, okay.
So you probably don't know this about me, but I like music. So I actually started a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. We're going to call ourselves the 999 megabytes.
Okay.
Yeah, we just don't have a gig.
Once you get a gig, though, you'll be 1,000 megabytes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. This is what I have to put up with, guys. Somebody save me. What's our secret word, Jimmy?
You have your own safety word, man. We don't share a safety word.
Oh man.